Hello everyone, my name is Dr. T.S. Kurne, Assistant Professor in Department of Statistics, Rajarshi Chhatrapati Shahu College, Kolhapur. In last lecture, we have seen that the sampling theory and their types. So, first type is a simple random sampling. Second type is a stratified random sampling. And now we discuss the third type of sampling is systematic sampling. Systematic sampling means to draw a systematic sample of size small n. Sampling units are numbered 1 to capital N, where n is the population size. In this method, we divide the population in n equal parts according to the series numbers. Suppose each of the parts includes k units, we assume that n is equals to n k. Note that the first group will contains unit bearing serial number 1 to k. Second group will contain unit bearing serial number k plus 1 to 2k and so on like that. Then we select the number at random from 1 to k. Suppose this is j. Then jth unit in the series order of each grouping taken. Thus, it will form a sample of size n, which is called as a systematic sample. If jth unit is selected, then systematic sample will include jth, j plus kth, j plus 2 kth, j plus n minus 1 kth observations from the original list. This is the systematic sampling. The next type of sampling is cluster sampling. So, cluster sampling means sometimes population consists of several groups which are convenient to use as a sampling unit, and these groups are called as a clusters. In cluster sampling, we consider cluster as a sampling unit and choose random sample of clusters. These selected clusters will form cluster sample. The next type is two-stage sampling. This is the last one of method of sampling method. Whenever the population consists of clusters, we choose a sample taking a cluster as a sampling unit. Further, from each of these selected cluster, we draw a sample of elements in clusters instead of including entire cluster. And the procedure of sampling is called as a two-stage sampling. In this procedure, clusters are sampling unit at the first stage and the primary unit of these unit become the population for the second stage of sampling. An element within the first stage unit become a sampling unit at the second stage, and these units are referred as subunit or second stage unit or secondary unit. Now, there are some limitations of sampling, like that the limitations in census, like that the limitations of sampling. So, what is these limitations? The first limitation is sample will be perfect representative of populations only if the population is homogeneous. Second limitation is if the sampling units are drawn in the scientific method, then the sample is a good representative of population. And third is the sampling is reliable if the sample size is adequate. And fourth limitation is sampling furnishes meaningful results if proper care is taken in the planning and execution of the sample survey. Last limitation is if the population is not too large, there are no restrictions over resources in terms of money or time, census would given better results. So, there are some results in sampling technique. So, first result is in simple random sampling without replacement means SRSWR, the probability of specified unit of the populations being selected at any given draw is equal to its bearing selected at the first draw, which is equals to 1 by m. So, we see the proof of this result. So, let's begin. Let there be capital N unit in the population, out of which n units are to be selected in the sample by SRSWR. So, let PR be the probability that selecting specified unit at the rth draw. So, PR will be probability that specified unit is not selected at any previous r minus 1th draw and it is selected at rth draw. So this means that probability that A intersection B. So what is meant by A and B? Where A is the specified unit is not selected at any one of the previous r minus 1th draw, and B means it is the specified unit is selected at rth draw. So it can be written as, by using conditional probability definition, probability of A intersection B is equals to probability of A into probability of B given A. This is called as a equation number 1. Now consider probability of A means the specified unit is not selected at first draw, like that it is not selected at second draw, it is not selected at r minus 1th draw, and it is an independent. So we have calculate each probability that we have probability the specified unit is not selected at first draw means if selected it as first draw then the probability is 1 by n, but it is this is the specified unit is not selected, so this probability is 1 minus 1 upon n because it is complementary of selected unit probability. So the simplification we get the values n minus 1 divided by capital N. The second part means the specified unit is not selected in second draw is, the specified unit not seconded at second draw is 1 minus 1 upon n minus 1. Because this sampling technique is SRSWR, so the population is reduces by minus 1. So the selecting probability for the second draw is 1 upon n minus 1 and not selected probability is 1 minus 1 upon n minus 1. By simplification we get n minus 2 divided by n minus 1. Like that the specified unit is not selected at r minus 1th draw is finally this is 1 minus 1 upon n minus r minus 2. By simplification this form will be n minus r minus 1, n minus r minus 2. This is the probability of not selected at r minus 1 draw. So it is independent, so multiply by all this probability to we get the probability of A is n minus 1 divided by n into n minus 2 into divided by n minus 1 into this last probability means n minus r minus 1 divided by n minus r minus 2, and this get n minus 1 get cancelled. Like that the last in this third probability n minus 2 n minus, so in first term numerator, second term denominator get cancelled, and last term remaining is n minus r minus 1 bracket में r minus 1 divided by n. This is the probability of A. This equation is 2, and we want probability of B given A is 1 upon n minus r minus 1. This is the equation number 3. So substitute this 2 and 3 in 1, we get probability is n minus r minus 1 divided by n into 1 divided by n minus r minus 1. So this term get cancelled, so we get the last probability is 1 by n. So the probability of specified unit selected at first draw is 1 by n. Hence the result is true. Thank you.